Fucking beautiful.
That's right. It's him talking about my hairdo. How are you, folks? Good to be with you on our final day of the week. Did you watch Crowder? I hope you did, because 300,000 other people were watching it at one point, which is TV numbers, if you want to know the truth about it. That's why I do it. So I haven't seen you since the debate, so excuse me? No, fuck me. Hold on. Great memory. I'm forgetting to get coffee, something I've been doing since I was 11 every morning. That's fucking terrific. Yeah, so I haven't seen you, right? Since the farce, the 3-on-1, and it was all that and more. And I have so much to say that I'm just going to riff. They usually start with a segment of story. Fuck that. I have a lot to say. I think I do. I could run out in 30 seconds. I just, my jaw was hitting the floor. We all knew ABC was going to pork Trump, and I don't know why he agrees to do stuff like this. Not that this is going to matter. I don't think in the end, like everybody else is saying, and I sort of agree, it's not going to change the needle. But I have a couple takes. For, you know me, I think 12 people run the world. This is a movie. We're watching a script play out. I think they want this country to be whatever, not democratic. She's probably already got it in the pocket. I don't know. But I'm just saying, they didn't even try to hide it. ABC didn't even try to fucking hide that, you know, they were getting marching orders from ABC. Do you know the woman? I think it's a woman. It's either a woman or a guy. I think it's a woman, the head of ABC, who helped put this debate together. Do you know she introduced Kamala to her husband? That's not even brought up, and that's fact. I looked it up. That's not even brought up. And why wouldn't the first question, yeah, Trump might have been a little off his game. Can we give him a break? He's 78. He's been shot at. He's been in courtrooms he shouldn't be in, you know, and plus he's got 60 zillion people he's trying to convince he's not Hitler. I mean, according to the media, I think that's all bullshit. This country leans right, and I don't care how many illegals you bring in. And but why wouldn't the first question, whoever helped him prepare, or maybe nobody helped him, like they say he's been preparing, his whole life's been a negotiation or a debate. That's why he's so good at it. But why wouldn't the first thing be, why didn't you tell America about your boss's dementia for the last 3 years? Wouldn't you open with something like that? Not even Trump. I should say, why didn't ABC open with something like that? I can go on and on about the questions they should have, you know. She the minute she got nervous and didn't have an answer for anything, they would pivot to abortion. It was so fucking obvious, and people are going, well, if you're complaining about the referees, that means you probably lost. You had the referees in your pocket. It's not about how they were calling the game. And then they're fact-checking. I know you've heard all this, but they're fact-checking him. That stupid bitch, Lindsay Davis. There's no state where a 9-month-old, who asked you? Yeah. The fuck is going on? Why wouldn't Trump say something like that? All due respect, am I debating you too? Just one line like that would wake up the shitheads who are on the fence. I don't know how you can be on the fence at this point. Can you imagine? September 2024. I haven't made up my mind yet. Really? You don't know whether you like Pepsi or Coke at this point? Or whatever the fuck. You have to be kidding me. So, and then David Muir jumps in. He's fact checking too. And yes, I cringed when he went to they're eating animals and shit, but even that hasn't been disproven. They always say shit, you know, like Trump's making it up. Well, remember, they're rapists. Everybody laughed at them. They're murderers. They're not sending their best. Same shit. You'll find out in the end or whatever. And by the way, if you remember my late, great friend, Greg Zook was a cop in Miami for 30-something years, had to deal with Haitians all the time. He used to tell me stories all the time about finding roasted cats in the fucking... and that voodoo shit. That's what it's about. Okay? I don't care if the clips were false or not. It's about 20,000 people who have nothing in common with our culture being dropped in a town of 60,000. And the shit about cars being flipped over and accidents, that's all true. So whether you believe the dog shit or not, he's not that out of line to fucking... That's not even the point. The point at this point, you should step back and go, and I wish Trump would say, focus on a big picture on a few of these things. Like, go, do you people really out there, I want you to compare what I've achieved, I've accomplished in my life to what she has. We all agree that I built half the New York City skyline. You could call that a productive person. What has she fucking done in her whole life other than politics? The country's a corporation, right? We all agree on that. The United States is basically a business. I think left and right would agree on that. You really think me, Captain CEO my whole life, I'm not more qualified than this fucking bimbo? Who has done absolutely nothing? That's this big shit. Maybe say that in your closing statement. You got to keep slapping. Again, I go on X and I go, oh my God. It's worse than ever. I get chills up my neck the way people see the world. And then I'm going, do they really believe that? Or do they know and they're just playing along? Whether it's celebrities or it's just creepy. She's 10 times more qualified than him. He's a felon. That's the other thing. She went back to those old lies. Very fine people and shit. She went back to that shit. Why would she do that? She's so cocky now. She said she wants another debate. You can take that two ways, too. Maybe her internal polling isn't as great as she thinks, or she's that cocky. If I was her, I'd be, whew, I faked everybody on that one. That's enough. Right? So, how can people watch that and go, that was fair? Fucking ABC fact-checking him, didn't follow up on a question. They asked her about abortion, and even Trump said, ask her about a 9-month-old. She never answered it. She did a nice end run. And they would always pivot to that when the economy came up. Shit that, and it's up to you people out there. Again, if these elections are real and shit, I'm so cynical. I'm beyond. I can't. It's an insult to this country and to the American people. It's an insult to your intelligence that he even has to go through this with her. It's a fucking insult that he's not a more accomplished person. He's already got a track record. Whether you love him or hate him, he was a decent president. I've heard that from fucking people on the left. And you can look at it. Empirical evidence. Look at the economy. Look what he did with shutting down ISIS. Look at peace while he was the president. And I'm supposed to go, I don't know, though. She's got some good ideas. She's just changed every idea she's had, her point of view on about 8 issues in the last couple of weeks. But I'm sure she's sincere. Are you sucking my ass? Are you fucking kidding me? I can't believe people on the left, you vote Democrat. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. And I'm hoping you're just playing dumb and going, hey, I want to win at any cost. I don't give a shit. Just come out and say that. Don't tell me that you aren't seeing through. Please tell me you're not that fucking shallow. Please. And the other thing, he missed so many good opportunities. She goes, his rallies, people get bored and leave early. And I'm sitting there next to Crowder and I go, the answer to that is, really? Some of my supporters at my rally, one of them got killed and nobody left. What the fuck are you talking about? You can't get 1/10 of the people I can at a rally. That's not even brought up. Wouldn't that be a good answer? Yeah. They didn't even leave when there was bullets flying. What the fuck are you talking about? So don't fall for it. And here's what I think also. If it's already preordained that this country's going to be socialist and she... if that's the case, what the fuck did I want to say here? If that's the case, they're using this debate so you can look back in a couple after the election and if she won and went, you saw her in the debate. She beat him and stuff. This is like a stepping stone. I want to see how many more interviews she's going to do before November 9th by herself. And the media... People are going, they have to ask tough. They're not going to. Quit looking at the Democrat Party and the media like they're two separate entities. The mainstream media is a propaganda arm for the Democrat Party. It has been since I started following politics, my fucking first year out of high school or whatever. How you guys don't know that? Why the Republicans keep treating the Democrat, and they should be out there saying this party has to be destroyed because it's not a political party anymore in America. It's pure out Marxist. Don't treat it like it's a legitimate political party. Those are the big things I would be fucking harping on. And he did take the bait on some shit, but how can't you? You're in he's 78. He's got a million things going on, and people are getting all over him and shit, you know? He did. He took some of the bait. So what? That's who he is. If he was a phony, he could have just made funny faces like she did, you know? They said she literally studied with an acting coach. I don't know. I guess it's the one that coached Alan Hale on Gilligan's Island. Remember his... The skipper was always like... holy fucking moly. But the bar was set so low for her, and like we said before the thing, as long as she got through it without a word salad, they were going to be kissing her ass. And she did. It's the most eloquent she's ever been, and when I say ever been, in the 3 interviews she's ever done by herself. Please tell me you aren't that shallow a country that you're going to fucking fall for this shit. And again, I kept saying this is such an insult to people's intelligence that she belongs on the same stage as him. And there's people on the left saying that about Trump. And I would go, yeah, but he was already president. He didn't become the dictator you said he was. He didn't do all the evil shit. He wasn't Hitler. That's not enough for you people to decide? I'm hoping it is. She never gave an answer about the fucking economy. Those are the people, you know, who can hardly pay their grocery bills, go to the supermarket and shit. And she goes, she kept saying we have to turn the page from Donald Trump. She actually meant we have to turn the page from the last 4 years. That's what she was talking about. She was acting like she had never been in the fucking White House. And of course, ABC's going to right along. That's why she probably wants another debate. And if that's the case, Trump should say, yes, we're going to do it at Mar-a-Lago. Brett Baer and fucking Greg Gutfeld are going to be the moderators. I would like to see a little dirtiness go the other way. You wouldn't even have to. I'm praying the American people see through this, but they haven't proved that they're fucking, they stole the last one. Do you understand that? They stole the last one. She's an abomination. She's just a fucking abomination. And my values haven't changed. Oh, yes. Yes. No, they haven't, actually. You lied for the debate, and you're going to go back to being a Marxist if you win. And I would be worried for her safety, and I'm not implying anything. If this country still has a heartbeat and is half as conservative as I think it is, which it is, I would be worried for her fucking. I'm not saying that as again, I'm not implying anything, but people, conservatives or whatever you want to call them, Republicans, people who lean right, traditional, have taken enough shit. Somebody's got to snap out there. I had to calm Dallas down today, a couple shots. He made some drink. It's got raw milk in it. And, what was it, a White Russian with raw milk in it? Anyhow, please don't fall for all the fake back and forth on the internet and all the fighting and shit. Just sit back. Again, I'm preaching to the choir because you guys vote like me. But I'm just saying, I know you guys can see through it. But your idiot friends or anybody you argue with at a bar, just go, really? Here's a guy who literally turned a business, and he wasn't handed a silver fucking spoon. He did just what he said. He turned it into $1 billion business. What the fuck has she ever created in her life? Nothing. All right, it's enough of my yap. God, I hope she gets some type of disease. What kind? Well, you know. Probably some type of AIDS from her husband who's pretending he's straight. Boy, the left has some real bitches. That fucking Tim Walz, oh my God, he makes Liberace look like Ray Lewis. What a fucking fruit cup that girl is. Who's with me? Anybody?
Hey! Chichurums! Lipstick salon! All in our sister, I know they breaking the wall.
Look at his fucking...
All in our sister, I know they breaking the wall.
What's this motherless fuck's name?
the head of Google. Oh my God, that'll never not be funny. I like how he makes an organ sound like a foghorn. Hold on, I have to turn this thing back on. This thing has the fucking life of Joe Biden. All right, let's move the fuck on. What was the name of the story? I already went by it.
This is drive-through drinks.
Drive-through drinks. They have that. I know Florida. Anywhere else? You've lived in the South. I couldn't believe it. For one of the few times I went to Florida, you could pull up and get a six-pack. And I thought drinking and driving was dangerous. What a pussy. Anyways, drive-through drinks. An alleged drunk driver plowed his truck into an Arizona social club. Imagine if it was an Italian New York social club. Half the Gambino family was stuck to a Ford F-150. You stinky manure-smelling motherfucker. He drove his truck into an Arizona social club Saturday, threw several patrons like rag dolls in a terrifying caught-on-camera moment in which everyone miraculously survived, according to the authorities. And when they said that, I said, really? Was it that fucking? I thought he might have just, when I heard everybody survived, I figured, he must have just kind of stepped on the gas accidentally like an old guy. And no. He came in like Elvis coming on stage. That's a social club? It looks like La Quinta Inn.
I know.
Check this out, though. Pretty fucking frightening if you were there.
La la la.
30 people were injured after a driver crashed a truck into an Elks Lodge in Apache Junction, Arizona.
I'm here for a martini.
Apache Junction police identified the driver as
Nick
73-year-old Thomas Kane. Police say Kane was leaving the lodge when his vehicle crashed into the building. Kane is charged with 12 counts of aggravated assault, 17 counts of endangerment, and DUI slightest degree.
Slightest degree? The fuck? That's a slight degree DUI? What do you have to come out with a fucking 11 strollers and dead babies stuck to the truck and a cop's hat? That's slight. Can we watch one more time? I want to point out there's a guy walking towards us. Picture where the truck comes in. He's in like an orange or a yellowish T-shirt. Watch him. It's like a receiver catching a pass over the middle. See this guy? Watch this. There he is. I didn't know that. I expect that from black people. We've seen a ton of clips of black people run over by a cement truck and I get right up. Knock the wind out of me. Holy mother of God. That really is a miracle. Yeah. See, now he's dumb. He should have laid down. My neck, my back. Holy shit. The truck came to a stop on a waitress's neck after it was fully inside the lodge. Its windshield was splashed with drinks. Guy puts on his wiper and a 40 limes go off. Bunch of little umbrellas.
Really rainy.
Boy, they got some weather here. I didn't know Stolies made a good windshield wash. Anyways, it was splashed with drinks, according to the video surveillance. 10 people were taken to the local hospital, while another 15 people ended up licking the shit off the windshield and getting a nice butt. Received treatment on site. In Arizona, a DUI charge to the slightest degree means the driver allegedly appeared buzzed enough to be slapped with a DUI, even if the motorist's blood alcohol is under 0.08. And that was the case? In response to the unfortunate incident at the Apache Junction Elks Lodge, I'm doing a gig there last night, we want to express our heartfelt sympathy and support for all those impacted to the club and to our DJ, who's now in a wheelchair and will be spinning records with his feet. Our thoughts are with the victims and their families, and we want to recognize the tireless, no pun intended, efforts of the first responders who assisted. They interviewed this guy after. Here it is.
And then you get those dumb pedestrians. On the way over here, one old lady walked right in front of my car. I had to swerve right off the sidewalk to keep from hitting her.
Thank you, sir. That was the comment. Hey, guys and girls watching the show, for those of you people on Mug Club right now, stick around for the second half of this show. And if you're not doing that, you got to go to nickdip.com and sign up for Mug Club. And if you do that, you'll get my whole show Steven Crowder's whole show, which is the best thing on the internet. Only 300,000 people turn in when he does a live stream. And he's got an undercover team making national news. I think you're getting enough for your money there. And it's funny as hell. So do that, right? And you'll get my show, his show, and a whole lot more. Also, while you're on nickdip.com, click on the tour dates. September 27th, I'm at Wise Guys. That's coming up. Whew. Jordan's Landing in Utah. And then the next 2 nights, the 28th and 29th, Saturday and Sunday of September 28th, 29th, I'll be at Skankfest in Vegas. And a big new announcement. These aren't on sale yet, but just to put this out there, we announced it on Crowder. Jesus, excuse me. November 9th, Bridgeview Center Theater, Ottumwa, Iowa. I think tickets go on sale on the 20th at nickdip.com. I think that's what they were told. Keep an eye out, but I'm just telling you, Iowa, I don't think I've done Iowa yet. You might be the one state I haven't hit yet, and I know it's a nice conservative town, and I'll test that. You know what I do. You've seen me on Crowder. And, November 9th, Bridgeview Center Theater, Ottumwa, Iowa. And tickets, I believe, go on sale September 20. I just wanted to get that out there. All right, second half of the show, if you stick around, I will be telling you, what are we talking about in the second half of the show? Oh, Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe's had a little embarrassing thing happen on the internet where apparently he was having sex, and there's no footage of him having sex. Didn't want to embarrass all the white fellas. But there's audio and stuff, and he's, I'm supposed to believe it's not I'm sorry to be so cynical, but when shit like this happens, it's not an accident. We're talking about Shannon Sharpe, who has a podcast, and blah, blah, blah. But it's still pretty funny how he's handling it and how Ocho Cinco waited. That'll be in the second half of the show.
Hi, good night, everybody.